Hi, it's Mars from GBC Live. Today we have Victor Yuan, one of the most famous angel investors in China. So we were lucky having him here in the Slush big event, which is in Shanghai. Victor, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
And joining our program. Really appreciate for that. We really like to know about your background and having a brief introduction.
Okay. I'm from the Dataway Horizon and also Texas. Dataway Horizon basically is a company was focused on data service. We provide big data, data mining, and data service for specific industries. But also we are doing through Texas, we're doing the venture investment, and especially we're focusing on this project who is we call the innovative service with new technology and a new creative way, and also with some new business models. Very typically we are focused on the so-called smart service area and also creative service area, and also so big healthcare area, including the sports, new Medicare, and also new food.
Awesome, perfect. We want to go through some questions that every single startup they are facing with some challenges that they have. Startups have the challenge of fundraising.
Yeah.
Most of their energy is being spent on fundraising. Like we have seen a lot of founders, co-founders, they spend their time talking to many investors.
Yes.
What are the most important criteria that every startup they have to consider about? Team, product, which one also is the most important one?
I would say first it's about the project itself was a kind of front word. I mean, a little bit different with the similar projects, either because of technology or because of the business model. And not everyone had tried that before. And so first, the innovation of the project itself attract my eyes first. And then we'll consider about the team.
Yeah.
Because when we look at the project, we understand better about the capacity of the team.
Yeah.
But we only check about the background of the team members, not necessarily really they will doing a good job. So that's the job first, team second.
Nice. So first product, then team second.
Yeah, actually, I think it's about the money project. Money, the investor always say money is not our issue, because we have enough money, but we want a good project. The project owner will say, the issue is about money because we cannot find money. So that means there's kind of gap there.
Yeah.
The key issue is about the expectation from the investor or the performance capacity from the project.
Yeah.
And in Chinese market, we have the different kinds of investors.
Right.
For example, there are many investors, their backgrounds are doing the traditional industry.
Yeah.
And they now they set up their new fund, they are trying to do VC now. So to them, they would like to find some relatively traditional, because they want to see the project that with the income, not that new, because if it is too innovative, they cannot understand.
Yeah.
So if it is with a kind of a little bit traditional, and with the income, and even with the profit, they like that.
Yeah.
But to the typical technology background VC, they liked the project was a pretty strong technology, cutting edge technology. Or the team themselves was a very good background trained at some very, very cutting edge area. So not necessarily you're already making money.
Yeah.
Not necessarily you already have a good coverage of market.
Yeah.
But it seems like I can imagine you maybe if you will get a success, you will create a big market. So to them, the degree of innovation must be high.
Yeah.
So today in China, I would say 2/3 are traditional. 1/3 from relatively the cutting edge, the VC, So it depends on your project. You talk to different people, and maybe you can find money from them because your project is kind of a little bit traditional.
Yeah.
Last period, not for this period. But if you are a brand fund world project, maybe you can get money from here. But sometimes, to me, because I'm like doing the angel investment.
Yeah.
Angel investment is very hard for you to find a so-called perfect project. And this is like a table, but the table was like a 3 or 4 legs.
Yeah.
And this project was a good leg, but this other 3 is not that good. I can consider. Because if you already have a perfect, everything is perfect, the price is different.
Exactly.
So I would say there's one thing is pretty strong with your advantage, but I can see that this 3 legs could be, I can teachable. I could be make some contribution.
Yeah.
So then they become like a 4 legs table.
Nice.
So that's why I want coming. The price is reasonable. But then we get a better table and the price up. So then we get the next one will take over. So the value will appreciate. So that's a typical way how angel investment is my philosophy, how to figure out projects. So if you have a 1 or 2 legs, I consider to invest.
Nice, awesome. So like 3 years ago that you have been doing, because you've been doing investing in many companies, yes?
Yes.
Let's say 3 years ago and now. Do you have you had any changes to look at companies since 3 years ago? Like now you are having some more criteria to have a look at companies, or is the same?
Different. I think each 1 year is different.
Really?
So every year we are trying to figure out the one key area as a focus. We're focused on to doing the investor.
Yeah.
For example, 4 years ago, we are look at AR/VR, and 5 years ago we look at the O2O, and 3 years ago we consider new media, and 2 years ago we are focusing on check about education online. Last year we start more consider about
AR.
no, AR, blockchain, a little bit, because last year this is still very hot. So actually we are checking about, for example, we look at, today my topic is about ACG, animation, comic, and a game.
Awesome.
And especially about how transfer from this area, the culturally, and to be commercially, and develop the products and the service with ACG style. So typically, when we start to consider these projects, this area, usually they are not that hot. The fever will come in 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, so then our project become the value was pretty high. So that's a typical way we are doing. So now the blockchain is very hot. Actually, last year.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, last year, 1.5 years.
Yeah, last year before last year, we considered invest a couple of projects, but not now.
Awesome. Yeah. I see that. So it means that you're a trend reader.
Yes.
So you predict, or you have the feeling of or you can see that in 2 years what
feeling,
is going to be.
partly because of my team.
Your team.
But most of my partners, they have their own IPO company, and they also they have their own vertical track. And we compose together. We always discussion. And also my background is about data mining. So what the many data analysis and data mining, I try to figure out where's the value, where's the possibility. So that's help us to try to figure out something not everybody already know, something we know first. So that's the way how to make it happen. But also at the same time, because we believe that. So every period of fundraising, we put our money first. So the typical strategy of fundraising, for example, our fund, now we have we run the 5 fund, and each fund, so the half of money from ourselves, partners. The rest half was raised from the friends, and so they already we use our own money to investor. So They
see
trust
that.
us.
Yeah, they trust.
Yeah, so that's, and also now it's even better because they already can see this project that we invest in past year now become a pretty good project. So then we accumulate more credits for that. So that's why, as an angel investor fund, usually scale is not that big.
Yeah.
So that's why they can afford to invest that.
Yeah. What is the maximum fund that you invest as an angel investor?
Maximum.
3 million RMB.
It's around 2 million, 3 million US dollar.
The
maximum.
USD.
The maximum.
As a seed money.
Yeah.
Or as an angel money,
Yeah.
which is
But
because
the minimum usually 2 or 3 million renminbi yuan.
the minimum. The
Actually,
maximum.
we are not investing in like a seed money. That's small. We are in angel. So pre-A. Angel
Something
round.
seed and pre-A, close to pre-A.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
You mentioned ACG. Then where is video here? Video.
Video,
Yeah, like ACG. Yeah, ACG is animation. Comic.
animation,
comic,
yes, that's right.
And then, like, where the video is coming here? Is video has any
Video
yeah.
or APP or the film, a movie.
Like the video,
Okay.
let's say media, and in media, video.
For example, 混子曰
Once a year.
混子曰 actually it is WeChat account.
Mini project.
Yeah, they provide historical knowledge comic. So
Historical knowledge.
basically, any complicated historical stories could be they can explain to you through 20 pictures.
Oh,
Comic. So now they become very hot. Popular among the young people. Those people interested in historical knowledge.
nice.
Yeah. And also, for example, we invest in another animation company. It was called Yidong. And they are focused on the food animation. So all the figures, all their food.
Funny stuff.
Yeah. So they call it 美食大冒险. So that's also most popular TV series and also movie. So that's their one. But what I'm talking about ACG is not about ACG works. We are talking about ACG transfer into products and service.
Nice.
Because
Commercializing.
Yes.
Commercialization.
If
and commercializing.
today the young people, they are playing enough internet game,
Yeah.
cell phone game, and also they watch enough animations, so they're brainwashed by ACG.
Exactly.
So that's the way, but the supply is still not enough. So that's why
Means the demand is high, but the supply is.
Yes, that's why we see
Still.
that the good potentiality there.
And the gap here.
Yes.
That they
so
can.
this area now is one of our focus. We are concentrating there to investor and find this good product.
And well, let's say few companies or few markets are aware about that, but you're aware about that, and you know that in 2 years it's getting hot. So that's why you're getting there. When it goes up, then you can have your return.
Actually, I think 2020, there will be a year turning point and it become more popular. That year is the first year the internet will become 3D internet.
3D
interface.
Internet.
That means the game style internet. The internet is a space, not like a web page. It's a web space.
Web space.
Yes, so that's why when use the internet all the way as the tools is a game player. So that's why the people, the kids, good at the game players, become good talents for that. That's for people understand why that's a good timing for ACG stuff.
That's perfect. I mean, how do you see Chinese entrepreneurship generally? Because the craziness has started, I always saying, since like 7 years ago. I've been here like 8 years ago, since 8 years ago. So I could see how the trends goes on and so on. And I can see ups and downs, and I can see the trend as well. And as I know that it started like 7 years ago, but it got really hot like 2 years ago. But now,
A little bit flat?
Yeah, it's flat. God knows. How would it be? How do you see that?
Well, first, I think the core part of a China dream is about entrepreneurship,
Nice.
which is different with the dream of America.
Yeah.
American dream basically, I think, is a well-being life. It's like a middle class.
Yeah.
China was a 恭喜发财. Everybody want to make money, big money. So it's
Why not?
about it's about entrepreneurship. So many people don't do it just because they are not to do it. But more people think if I can become a boss, become own my own business, why not? I do this. So in that sense, that was a kind of a popular ideology.
Nice.
And with official ideology encouragement, so that's why it becomes bigger. I think now even the city like Shanghai before is not typical with the spirit of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But Shanghai now is one of the hot city with a spirit of entrepreneurship. So because for that reason, we have many people trying to jump into the sea of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So that's why, as an investor, we try. This is about game of more player. You got a more better one there. So I think the Chinese economy will highly rely on that.
Yeah.
That is also the way the economy with the root level energy about the rising of different idea innovation, and also that's also attract those people, the first generation, second generation of entrepreneurs. They're already making some money, so of course they keep the money for their life
to find new partners
in the investors because we are like the age is old enough.
Yeah.
There are many new things we know that's good, but it's not enough for us to start to do that. So then we are trying to look at somebody that can do it and invest in it. So then we get a chance to harvest that new stuff. So the condition of that kind of investment or support resource is much stronger compared to 5-10 years ago. So in that sense, I think in 5 years the situation compared to now is much better. So I'm quite optimistic about that.
That's beautiful. The last question is, or the last request from you, we want to ask that, what is your message for entrepreneurs, not only Chinese, I mean, generally all entrepreneurs in the world? What is your message as an investor?
I think entrepreneurship is a game of trying. Keep trying, keep experimental, and keep popping. You always try to dig out the new stuff, new way, new technology. So actually, when I look at this entrepreneurs, easily to start as a new.
From the Chinese side, from the Chinese academic side,
but
and from
easily to be an old one.
Exactly.
Because the process of innovation now is accelerated. So that's why when you come to this track, you come to a track that you cannot slow down. That is everyone have that psychological preparation for that.
And adoption.
It's a life different with normal people.
Yeah.
So you choose that, you have a preparation for that, and you understand that's a typical life entrepreneur must accept. And especially when you find you love it, you will be a good one.
Awesome. Great talk with Victor Yuan as one of the angel investors in China, also head of Dataway. Really appreciate for your talk, for your great advices and points. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.